Short-term goals on the Sunset Strip. I remember hanging out one night at the Coconut Teaser Club in Hollywood. You remember the Coconut Teaser? It's not there anymore. Like a lot of the old clubs. Club Lingerie, gone. Madame Wong's West, gone. Key Club, gone. Viper Room, gone. Anyway, locals would remember the Coconut Teaser. At that time, it was on the corner of Laurel Canyon and Sunset Boulevard. It used to be called Pandora's Box back in the 60s. Very famous. And now it's a private club, but back in the day, it was a cool place to just go hang out and watch bands. So, I'm at the Teaser, outside on the patio, and I saw a friend of mine approach. He looked a bit down in the dumps, so I came up to him and said, "What's up, man?" "Well, since you asked, my band just broke up." "Sorry to hear that." "And I just broke up with my fiance." And then he added, "Do you know anybody who wants to buy an engagement ring?" His fiance had just dumped him. She had at least given him back the ring he had bought her, and now he was trying to sell the ring in the Recycler newspaper. Wow, the Recycler. Totally humiliating. I didn't know what to say about the demise of his relationship. Maybe because my ex had recently thrown me out. You see, it was 1992, turbulent times. So we talked music. "Well, what are you going to do?" I asked. "Well, what should I do?" I thought for a minute. My band Love Hate had never given up. Not then, not in 1992, not when we got dropped by Sony Records, not when we lost our guitar player. F that shit, man. We never gave up. We kept going, even through grunge. Grunge, that being our little community's equivalent of the neutron bomb, when suddenly everything in our little world became totally uncool. Long hair, uncool. Leather pants, forget about it. Sappy love ballads, instant death. But my motto, then and now, was always change, adapt, persevere. A musician is just like any other species of animal faced with extinction. You don't just roll over and die, man. You keep going. The rock gods will provide. They always did. "You know what you should do?" I said. "You should book a show here at the Coconut Teaser and book it for 6 weeks from now." The guy looked at me like I had just sprouted horns and a tail. "But my band just broke up," he said. "Doesn't matter. You know a million guys just like I do. Find some cool guys, work up some songs, and play this show. Don't think about your old band. Don't think about your stupid ex. Book a show here at the Teaser and make it happen." He didn't understand. Like, what's the point? Well, the point was to focus on the short-term goal. You fell off the bicycle, man. You're totally now, psychologically. It's time to get back on the bicycle. Set yourself a goal, short-term, something that's doable, and focus on that. I saw his face change. He actually smiled. "Okay, all right, I'll do it." And I don't remember if he pulled it off. It was so long ago. But I do remember the moment and me saying it so matter-of-factly. You're a musician, man. That's all you can control in your life. So go be one. Go be a musician. Music will provide. The rock gods will provide. It sounds funny, especially in 2024. It sounds strange, but those were different times. There was still somewhat of a music scene on the Sunset Strip, and you could still play. I mean, sure, grunge had decimated what once was the music capital of the world, but you could still play, and that was something. We were all still young, in our 30s, and we weren't ready to just give up. Now here's another story. Remember a band called the Electric Love Hugs? They were a local LA band, and they were really good. They were sort of like us. They had the funk bass player and a bit of the Chili Peppers in them. Heavy, but not what you would call traditional Hollywood stupid metal. I remember I was at the Aardvark clothing store on Melrose Avenue one day, and I saw them, the Hogs. They were all gathered around, and they were looking a little mopey. I, on the other hand, was far from depressed. I had just got my Sony record deal. I had all my rock and roll dreams intact. The shattering of those dreams obviously would come later, but on that particular day, I was stoned immaculate and I was flying high. Hey man, I could shop now. I didn't have to shoplift anymore. So how's it going? I asked one of the hogs. We just got passed. Passed. Yes, I knew that feeling. I knew it well. Sorry guys, you're just not good enough. Do you have any advice? One of them asked me. Well, you know what? You guys should go back to the drawing board and demo up a bunch of new songs. Get yourself a new demo and hit up the record company again in a few months. Total silence. That's not what we really wanted to hear, one of them said. Well, what do you want to hear? What other choice do you have? Break up? Give up? That's all you can do. You know, eventually they did get a record deal and they did put out a record, but then they broke up a couple of years later. The singer went on to form Goldfinger. He became kind of famous, and the bass player plays in Buckcherry right now. I saw him at a show and I reconnected with him. He's doing fine. Short-term goals equals long-term success, or so I've always imagined it to be. You don't like these songs? Well, I'll just go back to the drawing board and I'll write you a new batch of songs. Maybe one of them will be the one, the hit, the one that launches the career. Maybe you just need that one song. When Skid, my bass player, first brought in the song that would be Blackout in the Red Room, I somehow knew that song was different. I remember us playing it in our rehearsal room over and over and over. I don't know, but it just seemed to have an aura around it. It was simple, 4 chords, straightforward, to the point, like Highway to Hell, like For Those About to Rock. And it encapsulated who we were and what we were so simply. Fucking elegant. You know, before the record deal, before money or any kind of success, I remember we had that song and I remember holding it in my hand like it was a diamond. And I think, honestly, it was that song that got us our deal. Oh, some might say it was many things, you know, luck, being at the right place at the right time, but that song changed everything. I still play it every night in our QR set. Most people know my band because of that song. And every night I play it, I see people's faces light up. That song was my foot in the door. That song kicked the door down and we breathlessly rushed in. But I also know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my short-term goal philosophy. When someone sets up a roadblock in music, in your career, you bypass it with a short-term solution. Stop, count to 10, breathe, figure it out. Don't panic. Gigs can be rescheduled. Tours can be changed. If someone in your band quits, you find another guy. If some band guy is f***ing with you, you coldly, calmly move on. If you need money, you go to the gig tree and you pluck it. You see, I have the wisdom of the ancients. That's one advantage of being an elder statesman in rock. I'm not some kid who plays 7th on some TV talent show who thinks he's owed a career. Instagram won't solve your problems. Trust me, it's a lie. It's a distraction. It preys on your vanity, just like Spotify does. Don't you want people to hear your music? Let us stream your music, man, and people will love it. You'll be loved. Of course, you won't make any money, but think of all those likes you'll get. Likes. Your reward in 2024 for all your hard work and struggle is a smiley face emoji. Wow. Music owes you nothing. I've said it 1,000 times. Stop playing the victim. Get up, stand up, play better, look better, be better, or die. Die metaphorically or die physically. It doesn't really matter. Once you're on the merry-go-round, like me, you can't just jump off. You see the survivors. Look at Sammy Hagar. Look at Mickey Thomas. Look at Mick Jagger. 80 years old and better than ever. Short-term goals, long-term success. It's your old pal Jizzo, rockin' and rollin', and we'll see you next time.